Hi, this is Jeff Twitty, and today what I want to do is I want to review with you just some enhancements that we've made for order entry and also for the integration for Sage 100 in the US and Sage 300 worldwide. We're located in Cleveland, Ohio, and over here in the United States. We have been providing Sage CRM support, implementations, integrations since 2002. Back before Sage actually owned CRM when it was in its old Computer Associates days. Our approach has always been consultative, and really that means that what we do is we listen to our clients. We spend a lot of time understanding what they're looking for out of the CRM and also what value we can add to the users. There are many ways to approach a CRM implementation, but by adding value to the users, you're going to start to get that buy-in, and that buy-in is going to help you with user adoption, which is what we're always looking for. How do we get our users to actually use the Sage CRM product for everybody's benefit? Okay, by finding that value is a very good start. And as a result of that, and listening to clients over the years, what we start to hear is some common themes. I need it to be easy. I need it to be valuable for my salespeople. I need the information in Sage CRM to be there. I want them to be able to look at information from our accounting system, okay? So as a result, we've made some enhancements to the system, which I think that you'll find valuable. We've made some enhancements to the order entry screen for 300. So if you've been around a while or not, if you've been around, there have been many iterations of the web screens of the order entry integration. We didn't even have web screens prior to Sage 300 2019. And those are continually being enhanced, and that integration has been wonderful, especially for old timers like myself. But what we're starting to hear from our users is, yeah, that's great, but my salespeople are not accountants, and they want something different. They want something easier. They want something that they can crank out a quote pretty fast, okay? And then they want some other additional features that we're going to look at. So we'll take you through a quick demo of what that looks like. And then we're also going to look at, and we'll probably look at this first, is just displaying valuable information for our salespeople. Today, what we hear a lot is our salespeople call accounting when they want information about their customer. Well, how cool would it be if we can display that to them right out of CRM? Maybe current month versus last year information. Open sales order information. Okay, item purchase history. Who's purchasing? What is my customer buying? Customer calls in. Hey, when was the last time I bought this item? Well, now they got it at their fingertips, okay? And then also inventory levels. And really, we know that the integrations that are out there today from Sage include this. But making it easy, making it quick has always been the problem. And that's what we hear from our clients is, yeah, this stuff's cool, but boy, wouldn't it be neat if we could do this a little bit easier, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and pop into a demo, and we'll start to look at some of these enhancements, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and pop out of here. So now what I've done is I've logged into Sage CRM. And this should look familiar to you. Everybody has dashboards, right? But now we can make dashboards work for our customers, work for our salespeople, okay? So what do I have? I have my top customers year to date. I'm logged in as a user. Here's my top customers. So right away, I get presented with this graph. I can see if I have goals. I can see the goals. How am I trending? Am I making it? Am I going to get there? Okay, so right away, a lot of times, salespeople are commissioned. They have goals. They have to meet them. So by having the information in front of them will then allow them to be able to better manage their whole book of business. Okay, I can look at top product sales. What are people buying? Conversely, you could also put in something, what are people not buying? If they bought this, then why haven't they bought that? And then we can look at customers that are down for the year. I think that area there is extremely important. So if you think about it, salespeople get very, very busy day to day. So they're taking calls from current customers. They're supporting the customer. Maybe there's issues. So they're getting all these phone calls. They're trying to get a quote out. They keep getting interrupted, etc., whatever. So they're very busy. What they don't know and what they don't pay attention to, at least in my 20-some years experience, is they don't think about those fringe customers. Who used to buy and hasn't been buying now? Who did I sell to, but boy, all of a sudden they're not buying at all, okay? So we can start to see those customers. We can just every day, they come in and here they are. If we ever get a pandemic, not that that would ever happen, but just say it does. We all get sent home. We're trying to drum up business. Who do we call? We are trying to push forward. Maybe next quarter looks a little light in my pipeline. So we want to push forward to who can I reach out to? Well, there you go. If you're using the MailChimp integration, you could then do a report or do a group of show me all my customers that are down for the year, create that group, send it up to MailChimp, and there you go. Now you're marketing to them. So by having that integration will really help your salespeople and really drive them to who they should be calling. Now the other thing that we have is, okay, my callbacks, we all know that, right? We're all kind of used to that. But customers not contacted in 3 months. Who haven't I spoken to? Who haven't I reached out to? Who haven't I touched? Who is not ordered in 3 months, 6 months? Again, putting this information in front of your sales reps can help direct them as to not what to do, but what to do. All right. Who should they focus their energies on? So that's just a real quick sample dashboard. But how do we get there? Well, if I come into a recent customer called American Business Futures, I can see American Business Futures and their information. Now, I can see for the month, I have nothing I've sold. For the year, I've sold them $1,200, and I'm down $2,100 for the year. And last year, they bought $4,000, so I need to sell more. Down below, we can see invoices from each month. So right away, we can kind of get a sense of buying patterns. What have they done for us? I can also look at open orders. So these are my orders that are open. Duh. But right away, customer calls in. Hey, when's this order going to be shipped? Well, we could go ahead and we could display that expected ship date. We can look at what was on the order. Here's my promise date. Okay. And we can see what's on there. This is a very basic screen that we have right here. We can enhance this. You can put on the ship to, where was it going to ship, etc. Okay. Now I can also look at item history. So here's a list of items that this customer has purchased. And they call in, hey, I purchased this item. We can see that. We could also search by description. You can search just like you do inside of Sage 300 or Sage CRM. Put a percent and desk or drawer, and it will pop up. Okay, but I can see right away that they on 222 they purchased 5 for $81 and returned 1. Right away, I can see what they've purchased. Okay, but I can take this one step further now. I can go ahead and search in my item history and do that same search and say, well, who has purchased it? Oh, look, there's 10 different times this has been purchased on 10 different invoices or orders, sorry. And then I could say, well, you know what I really want to look at is I just want to look at current year. So I can go current year, just like we do inside of Sage CRM, and I can see that it's been on 6 different orders, okay? So this data is just coming from our Sage accounting data. And just to finish this off here, I can also look at my inventory. All right, same thing. We can use that, use that same item. And here it is. Hit search, and there it is. Maybe I have different warehouses, so I can look at warehouse 1, and I have 990 on hand. Okay. Again, you could enhance this. How could I enhance it? Well, I could do exactly what Sage does. We could click on a sales order, show you all the sales orders. Let me go back to my American Business Futures, and what I want to look at are my addresses. Probably most of us have accounts that are national accounts, but in many times when we walk into a new client, they don't have national accounts set up. They have ship-tos. And that's what we're showing here. Here's my ship-tos coming over from my accounting system. And I can look in here and I can see my current year sales versus last year just for this location, which is extremely important when you think about your salespeople with multiple ship-to locations. Because what they want to know is, how am I doing at this location? Why is this location buying so much and this one is not? Again, now we can help direct our sales reps to what's important. And then if I drill down, I can go ahead and see their item history of what they purchased. So all of this data is coming from our Sage accounting system, which I think is extremely important to understand. So these are just some quick Sage CRM enhancements that we can make to make your system more valuable, increase adoption to your sales reps and your users. Okay, and it's not even sales reps. I mean, we have customer service people who use this. We actually have accounting people that go in to search this information because they find it easier. So that's just one way that we can enhance Sage CRM. So what we're going to do now is we're going to show you an order desk, an enhancement to the Sage 300 order entry. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and we are going to look at an enhancement which we call order desk. This is powered by, you may know have heard of Isinity, now being rebranded as Qmulus. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create a quote. And when I do that, you notice we get up this nice little screen. Now this screen is very dumbed down, as you can tell, different than the web screens of Sage. I can go ahead and edit the ship to address. I can add a new address, which will then add it into Sage. Okay, I can map it if I want to, but all of that information then gets saved into Sage 300. I can add expiry dates, my warehouse, my price list, all of this coming from Sage. So Those are some optional fields that may have come over. And then I can just search for, I don't know, let's search for a bike maybe. There we go. I want one of those. So I can go ahead and add that item in. I have room for my comments and instructions, just like you do inside of Sage. But one thing that you will notice right now is, while I have a default unit price, I can say, you know what, let's give these guys a 10% discount. Automatically calculates what my discount amount is, calculates my margin. I might say, nah, you know what, I don't like these guys that much. So let's go ahead and add just a $40 off. Changes my margin to 45. But then I say, you know what, let's go ahead and let's make it a 50% margin. In fact, here, let's make it 75. There we go. So now my unit price is $901. And then I can continue to add information. And I can search for by item number. I can search by parts of the description just by typing in here. Okay, so it's always going through, it's searching. Let's add this item in. Okay, same thing. If I want to give them a $5 discount, there we go. Now it's $31.80. Once I go ahead and I save that, that now creates a quote inside of Sage, creates an opportunity just like we do inside of, just like all of our integrations have for Sage 300. And now I've created quote number 26038. But maybe the customer comes back and says, you know what, I need you to requote that. I'm not that happy with it, or I just want to reorder again. I can just go to requote. I can say, you know what, this guy, let's move up one line and let's remove this line. And now I can go ahead and I can save that quote off. Again, creates an opportunity, and now I have it. I can go ahead and if we have different kind of quote documents, I can go ahead and download those. When they download into Sage CRM under the opportunity that was created, and then it can be sent out as a PDF through our normal Sage CRM email. Or you can just, you can save it to your desktop, send it out however you want. It doesn't matter. There are other things that we can do. I can search quotes, even if they're created outside of CRM. This is looking directly inside of Sage 300. I can do the same for orders. All I have to do is change this to order, and I can see all of my orders. There are none. And then I could search for invoices. And again, there are none for this customer. But once I do see that invoice, I can go ahead, call it up, print out the invoice if I wanted to. I can also reorder from that invoice. Customer says, hey, you know what, about a month ago, you sent me over this item or this order. I can go ahead and find that order, see the invoice it's on, hit requote, and again, it'll just copy that order. So pretty simple. There's more to it that we could show you, but for now, I'm going to leave it at that. And if you have any questions, we're here at cat-consult.com, and you can email us sales@cat-consult.com. But what I really want you to get out of this is I want you to think about your CRM program. I want you to think about how you've implemented it. Are you adding value to your users? If you add value to your users, you will increase adoption. Increasing adoption will increase your customer service to your customers. And that is what CRM is about. And remember, those customers are not only internal customers, they're external customers. All right, so you have both. CRM can help in both ways. And thank you for joining, and I hope you've had a great conference.